Greetings, I'm your host, Dr. Wolfula, and when I'm not designing Halloween masks that can turn people's heads into bugs and snakes, I'm here at the Wolfie Lair, reviewing movies. I mean, maybe these videos aren't reviews by everybody's definition, but they're reviews to me. It's still October, so it's still Ahhctober. So I really need to crank out a video featuring a horror movie. I could do a Friday the 13th movie. But instead, how about I do a movie that's basically a Friday the 13th film, but with a twist? A literal plot twist, I mean. Sleepaway Camp, released in 1983. If you've only heard of this movie, you're almost guaranteed to already know what the twist is. The twist of Sleepaway Camp is pretty much the only thing anybody ever talks about that happens in the movie. Sort of like with The Sixth Sense. I'm not going to spoil Sleepaway Camp's twist, though. I mean, I am going to spoil the twist eventually, just not yet. I spoil the whole plot of movies. You should know this by now. Anyway, prepare to be uncomfortable. Let's watch. The film begins with a dedication to somebody's mother. Well, that's unfortunate, on multiple levels. Surprisingly, Sleepaway Camp takes place at a camp. I was expecting it to take place at a dude ranch. I'm kind of disappointed now. The opening features some of the most dramatic music you can possibly hear while looking at trees. It's the trees! The trees are the killer, aren't they? I knew it from the start. Like any good story, it starts with water skiing, the devil's surface water sport. Some kids and their father happen to be goofing off in a lake at the same time as some teens are boating along with a frightened water skier in tow. The lifeguard in charge of piloting the vessel is only mildly distracted by his girlfriend when he crashes his boat into this father's fucking face, fatally murdering him to death. You know, they could have swam out of the way of the boat. There was plenty of time. Also, the young boy here apparently drowns while his sister screams for someone to save him. The response of all the adults is just to stare and do nothing. Somebody help me! Even the lifeguard who just committed vehicular manslaughter doesn't do anything. Oh, he probably just doesn't know how to swim. The lifeguard is great at his other job, though, blowing his whistle. The guy's a total pro at blowing whistles. You know, I'm only 6 minutes into this movie, and it's already got some of the stupidest characters I've ever seen. I mean, there are Farrelly Brothers characters smarter than these assholes. Well, 8 years have passed since that dumbass shit, I guess. Angela here is kind of a mope now that she has to live with her cousin Ricky and her Aunt Martha. Aunt Martha is, well,
Oh, I remember what it is. I knew I wouldn't forget. I just kept reminding myself. In fact, I tied a string around my finger so I wouldn't forget. See?
Yeah, she's fucking nuts. Clearly this scene only exists to establish that she's fucking nuts. Why is it important that you know that Aunt Martha is fucking nuts? Well, either keep watching this video or actually watch the movie to find out, I suppose. Well, anyway, Angela and Ricky are headed off to camp. Sleepaway Camp. There was supposed to be dramatic music. Oh, there it is. The buses arrive at camp, and all the little white child extras come stampeding out as a man in obscenely low-cut shorts shouts at them. The camp kitchen staff watches on eagerly as their new prepubescent patrons arrive.
Where I come from, we call them baldies. Makes your mouth water, don't it?
Artie, they're too young to even understand what's on your mind.
Then, good buddy, there ain't no such thing as being too young.
Well, okay, they know this guy is obviously a pedophile, but they haven't fired him from his job at a camp for children? It's just, I can't, how did this fucking movie get made? Ricky is happy to meet up with his old girlfriend Judy, who's apparently too good for him now that nature has given her her upgrades.
Ricky, I don't have time for your nonsense right now.
Well, excuse me, bitch.
Well, excuse me, bitch. Angela forges lasting camp bonds by not saying or doing anything. She doesn't even eat for 3 days, which culminates in Angela being whisked off to the kitchen to find her something she might like to eat. Oh good, it's Artie, the poster child for men in white vans everywhere.
Well, hello there, Angela.
Artie is wisely put in charge of Angela and takes her to the good old walk-in cupboard. Boy, this place has a lot of memories.
Sure are a sweet-looking little cupcake, Angela. Yeah, I think I got something you're gonna like real good.
Why would she want his belt? Ricky pops in just as Artie is about to give Angela his belt.
Keep your mouth shut, you mean? You didn't see nothing! Get
got it? Nothing.
Sure, whatever you want.
Now get the hell out.
I don't understand why Artie is so scared. Everybody in the camp already knows he's a pedophile. The haircut and goatee kind of gives it away.
Guess I scared him.
Later on in the day, Artie is boiling a nice big pot of scalding hot water when a person with tiny childlike hands comes into the kitchen and causes the pot to topple, spilling its contents all over Artie and burning his skin. Now he's going to have to come back as a dream killer. Maybe in another movie. Okay, I get it. You're in agonizing pain. Don't be such a baby about it. Jeez. After the quote-unquote accident, the head of the camp, Mel, proceeds to keep the other staff members quiet about what went down here.
There's really no reason for the campers to find out what happened. You know what I mean? Too, gruesome, I think. So why don't we just say that Artie found himself another job, should anybody happen to ask?
Sure.
Okay, is anybody really going to miss Artie? I'd like to point out that one of the chefs here is James Earl Jones's dad. I'm sort of wondering why the guy is doing a bit part in a slasher movie, considering his son had just done the fucking Star Wars trilogy. Next, there's a baseball scene between the boys of the camp that doesn't serve much of a purpose. It's just there to kill time and make you question the fashion of the early 1980s. There's so many guys wearing cutoffs in this movie that you'd think they were never nudes. Later on, Angela is harassed by a couple of dudes with mullets, so her cousin Ricky gets into a tussle with them. Why do teenagers always fight each other while lying on the floor? After the violence ends, Ricky's friend Paul gets a dialogue going with Angela, who takes a shine to him, and he even leads her to saying her first line in the whole damn film.
Good night.
Good night.
Judy witnesses this touching moment, which shouldn't have any negative impact whatsoever. Later at night, one of Angela's tormentors is on a canoe date when the boy intentionally topples the boat. That's always a great way to get laid. The dude goes under the canoe for some reason, where he gets drowned by a totally mysterious killer. The killer must have been pretty strong to overpower the guy. The corpse is discovered the next morning, and Mel, the owner of the camp, tries to do some more covering up so his business won't be associated with murder.
So it was one of those fluke accidents we could not have foreseen, and that is all there is to it.
I don't know, man.
It was an accident!
Yeah, I think no matter what, you're going to be facing some serious lawsuits in the end, dude. The ladies are playing volleyball, and a select few become enraged with jealousy over the fact that Angela is getting attention from a boy while they're stuck playing fucking volleyball.
See you later, Angela.
Bye.
Listen, Angela, if you're not going to participate in our activities, then you just sit there and you do nothing.
That does not include talking with the boys.
Yeah, don't even fucking breathe, bitch. It's insane how jealous Judy gets over Angela. It's like an obsession. She even attempts to seduce Paul, but to no avail.
You know what I mean?
I gotta go.
It seems like just getting rejected turns her on. You know, the lesson of the movie is slowly but surely dawning on me. Bitches be crazy.
God damn it! Answer me, Angela! Answer me! God damn it! Answer me!
What the hell's going on
The little
here?
bitch won't answer me! She never answers me!
Angela just be walking along, minding her own business, when some roof punks peg her with a balloon filled with water. A water balloon, if you will.
Those cocksuckers keep picking on my cousin. That's bullshit.
Enough!
I think we're starting to see a pattern here, but I'm also wondering why clearly adult men are camping with children. Next we have the gratuitous male toilet scene. I'm so tired of seeing teenage men going to the bathroom for no reason in slasher movies and then getting killed. It's so exploitative of men. Anyway, this bro gets trapped in the bathroom stall and a hive of bees is unleashed upon him.
Hey, get that thing out of here. Come on, get it out. Come on, get it out.
Dude, just swallow your pride and crawl under the floor. I know the floor smells like pee-pee, but you're just gonna have to deal with it. Okay, I'm pretty sure a small hive of bees can't do that kind of damage so quickly. But hey, I'm not a melitologist. I'm not even sure how to spell that. At night, Angela and Paul are frolicking in the grass and doing other stuff in the grass. This reaching of first and second base triggers Angela to have a flashback to the time she and her brothers snickered as they watched their dead father embracing another man in a dark void. Also, she remembers the time her brother practiced his Uncle Sam impression. It goes without saying that Angela is not ready to take this relationship to the next level.
Angela!
During a rousing game of capture the flag, Angela catches her boyfriend Paul capturing Judy's tongue instead of her flag. Looks like Angela's going to be killing another person. I mean, it looks like the mysterious murderer that I don't know the identity of is going to be killing another person. Yeah, that's it. Judy and her pal Meg decide to submerge Angela in some water against her will. Mel allows it because he believes that Angela's cousin Ricky is the killer, or maybe Mel is just a fan of all the lawsuits he's going to be served for running a shit camp. Lawsuits.
Everything's gonna be alright. We won't let them get away with this, that's for sure. I promise we won't.
In the evening, Meg is taking a shower in preparation for her date with Mel, the crusty, elderly owner of the camp who probably smells like week-old grits. That Mel.
Listen, I was thinking. Remember that dinner you promised me?
He is so dreamy. Anywho, Meg is stabbed in the back several times, and it really fixes all the stress that was building up in her shoulder blades. It also kills her, but some things just can't be helped. Later, the cameraman, killer, discovers a group of sleeping children in the woods and an axe. You fill in the rest. Mel searches for his probably underage date Meg in the showers, but instead finds her corpse with the longest hickey I've ever seen. Mel is quite convinced that Ricky is responsible for this because, hey, it's not like they're in the woods where a crazy homeless dude could be living or something.
Gotta stop him!
No, it's gotta be one of the kids. Well, it is. The killer enters Judy's cabin and gives her the greeting Sean Connery gives to every woman, a nice hard smack in the jaw. The killer then commences to straighten Judy's hair to death. A camp counselor returns to the sleeping children he should have been watching and finds that they've been hacked to pieces. He reacts by unleashing the Yoplait he ate earlier that day. Oh man, Pamela Voorhees is gonna be pissed about this. After this string of murders, Ricky goes to the social late for a bite to eat. Wow, they still have candy bars? You'd think they'd be out by now. Oh yeah, Ricky catches wind of the recent murders, and Mel has a word or two for the young man.
Just like you left Meg!
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about! I didn't do nothing!
The owner of this camp for children does the manly thing by viciously thrashing the small child without any proof at all. I'd put him in charge of your kids. Well, I guess Mel killed Ricky. Why would this guy run a camp anyway? Shouldn't he be a loan shark in Vegas or something? Just moments later, Mel finds the real killer and just stands there waiting for the arrow to penetrate his neck. Everything's fine now because the local police officer arrives to save the day. He even brought his trusty flashlight. The killer is totally screwed now. Meanwhile, Angela runs into Paul and proposes that they go skinny dipping.
Let's go swimming.
Now? What about our clothes?
Take them off.
I think this might lead to some kind of twist. I think it might turn out that Paul has a vagina. The nice policeman uses his flashlight to discover Ricky's corpse alive and well. Two members of the serial killer search party discover Angela nude stroking Paul's hair. Convoluted twist time! Angela is actually named Peter. At the beginning of the movie, the real Angela was the one who actually died. Peter's eccentric, batshit crazy aunt decided that she didn't want to raise another boy, so Peter was forced to become Angela.
I mean, we already have a boy, so another one simply would not do. Oh, no, absolutely not. A little girl would be so much nicer, don't you think so, Angela?
It sure is a good thing that Nixon took all the money that was supposed to go into Child Protective Services and instead put it in the Vietnam War effort. We won that war, right? I don't remember. So yeah, Angela's the killer and just murdered her number one thing, Paul, but just like these two characters, I'm much more shocked that she has a dick.
God, she's a boy.
I wonder if the writer of this movie realized that Angela being the killer was really fucking obvious, so he tacked on the penis reveal just to have something surprising at the end. I mean, if you're gonna surprise someone, it might as well be with a penis. I do have to admit it is a bold and memorable ending, but definitely for all the wrong reasons. Without the dick at the end, there is no flick, my friend. I mean, this whole movie was riding on Angela's dick. Oh man, that sounds really weird now that I think about it. Well, that was Sleepaway Camp. It's not necessarily a bad movie. Sleepaway Camp is better than most of the slasher films released in the 80s, but really, the only thing the film has going for it is the twist, and the twist isn't even relevant to Angela being a killer. Angela lost her family to teen negligence, and she wasn't treated very nicely by her fellow campers because she was still traumatized. These are pretty decent reasons for her to become crazy and turn to murder without needing a penis reveal. Still, it would have been too similar to Friday the 13th without the penis added in, and okay, I'm talking about penises way more than I want to. Point is, Sleepaway Camp is an average slasher flick. You won't be bored watching it, but you also won't be scared at all. Sleepaway Camp only succeeded at making me feel uncomfortable sometimes. That's something at least. I give Sleepaway Camp a 6 cents out of crying game. Everything floats down here, except balloons for some reason.
Where I come from, we call them baldies. Makes your mouth water, don't it?